This Thursday is St. Patrick's Day, so this week for homework you'll be listening to the story, The St. Patrick's Day Mystery. This book is a level N, which is much higher than the level J books we're working on in class, but it's still a really great story. So if you need help with any of the words, please ask your parents or siblings for help. You'll have 2 written comprehension questions to answer this week, so please follow along and listen carefully. The St. Patrick's Day Mystery. Aja was excited when she arrived at school. It was her turn to be line leader. The bell rang for school to start. Aja proudly took her place at the front of the line. She walked beside her teacher, Miss McBride, into the school and up to their classroom door. "What on earth?" gasped Miss McBride as she entered the room. The students crowded into the green and glittery classroom. All 4 walls were covered with decorations for St. Patrick's Day. "Our room looks awesome," said Sammy. "Yay!" cheered the kids. "Thank you, Miss McBride." Miss McBride smiled and shook her head. "Don't thank me. I didn't do this. It must have been the leprechauns," she said with a grin. "Really?" said Lucy. "Leprechauns came here?" "What are leprechauns?" asked Sammy. Now the whole classroom was abuzz with excitement. "Everyone come to the story rug," said Miss McBride. "I'll tell you the truth about leprechauns." Aja smiled a little secret smile. Her older sister Ashley had Miss McBride as a teacher 2 years ago. Ashley had told Aja what to expect in St. Patrick's Day in Miss McBride's class. "Leprechauns are magical little people from the island country of Ireland, across the Atlantic Ocean. They like to wear green and enjoy playing tricks on people for fun," said Miss McBride. Lucy held up her hand. "My dad told me that leprechauns bury a pot of gold at the end of each rainbow," she said. "That's right," said Miss McBride, "and if you catch a leprechaun, you get 3 wishes." Anna raised her hand. "Do you believe in leprechauns?" she asked Miss McBride. "Of course I do," smiled Miss McBride. "Where do you think these decorations came from?" she asked with a wink. Aja turned to Sammy, who was sitting beside her. "Give me a break. It's not true," she whispered. "My sister told me that there's no such thing as leprechauns. Miss McBride decorates the classroom every St. Patrick's Day." Sammy didn't have a chance to answer Aja. All of a sudden, the fire bell started to clang. Miss McBride got serious. "Line up, everyone. That's the fire bell, and you all know what to do," she said. Aja's class made their way outside and joined the rest of the students lined up by classes on the playground. Miss McBride counted the students to make sure everyone was there. "Stay here quietly," she said, before joining a group of teachers who were huddled around the slide. Aja and the class waited and waited. "What is taking so long?" they wondered. Finally Miss McBride came back to the class. "We can go back inside now. It seems to have been a false alarm," she said. As they walked back inside the building, Aja saw something strange in the hallway outside their classroom. She pulled on Sammy's shirt tail until he stopped. "Why is there a chair pushed up against the wall by the fire alarm?" she asked. "I bet that's why the teachers looked upset. Maybe a student pulled the alarm." Before Sammy could answer, they heard excited shouts coming from the classroom. "Aja! Aja! Quick, come see! Look at your desk!" Aja and Sammy rushed into their room. Wrapped around Aja's desk were rows and rows of glittering paper shamrocks. The top of her desk was covered with a gigantic green bow. All the other desks were untouched, just as they had been before the fire bell had rung. Aja did not know what to say. She knew no one had been in the room while they were outside. Fire bells were serious, and the teachers had counted everyone on the playground. Even Miss McBride seemed speechless for a minute as she stared at Aja's desk. "I wonder who—" she started to say, but then stopped. Strange things seem to be happening this St. Patrick's Day. Aja touched the beautiful bow on her desk. "It couldn't have been you this time, Miss McBride. My sister must have been wrong," said Aja softly. Miss McBride smiled. "Aja, it seems that you have your very own special leprechaun," she said. Aja smiled too. Her smile spread from ear to ear. Maybe leprechauns were real, after all. Now that you've listened to the story, it's time to answer your 2 written comprehension questions. Here are some hints to help you answer them the best you can. First, use the question in your answer. We've been practicing this a lot in class. Second, use character names. Try not to use words like he, she, it, or they, so the person reading your answer knows exactly who you're talking about. Your third hint is to use the book to find your answer. We call this text evidence. Your fourth hint is to use the word because to explain your thinking. The word because is a first grader's best friend. The last hint is to check your answer. It helps to do this by reading your answer out loud. Check your answer for details and also that you answered all parts. Some questions may actually ask you 2 or 3 things. Did you answer everything? If you have, then you're finished. Good luck!